But you guys have any questions, any thoughts? Yeah.
Actually, I have a comment and then a question. My comment is that in all of our time being friends and becoming like brothers, this is the first I've heard you play. So I say that so you know why I punch you in the throat later on. I don't want to be surprised. Why is David punching you in the throat? That's why I'm going to punch you in the throat. But my question is,
This is the relationship I have with David over the last, almost 15
we've
years.
actually punched each other in the throat a lot.
We have.
Yeah.
David's one of my black belts, okay, from season past, so, you know.
But my question is, the comment you made about the second song isn't done yet because you haven't found all the lyrics. And I think that's a common sentiment across all art forms. Right? I know I have notebooks full of pages with blank spaces because there's a sentence there, and I haven't found it yet. So let's talk a little bit about what is your process for teasing out the lyrics you don't know yet?
So my process is, and it varies a little bit, but the foundation is when I find a lyric, I start figuring out where it needs to go and where it would fit best. And so if it fits best in my second verse, then I'm going to put it in my second verse, and I'm going to take that other lyric and maybe replace it and put it in a bridge or something like that, or a chorus or something, you know. But elaborate on your question a little bit, or did I answer it?
Oh, well, that answers it. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know how many times I've written something, I read it the second or third time, and like, there's something missing here.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it is.
Yes.
But no one is hearing this until I figure it out. Right?
No one hears it until we figure it out.
So I just find I find that all artists have that something similar. Well, they will just wait and wait and wait and wait, and then it will literally, I guess not literally because that's literally punching someone, but you get punched in the throat by your own creativity. And so I'm always curious how other artists, other creatives process that.
That's really fascinating that it is similar across the board, and finding out about that, you know, just it helps me, you know, to know that. Any other questions or comments? Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with Nancy Wilson?
No, I am not.
Okay.
Maybe if I heard something from Nancy
She
Wilson.
was with the group Heart, her and her sister.
Oh, yeah, the Wilsons, yes.
She did a soundtrack for Elizabethtown, the movie, and your first song sounded a lot like that. I mean, that.
Oh, man, that makes me feel good about myself being. Dude, I love Heart, and I love the guitar parts that they have. Crazy on You, that beginning riff. Oh my gosh,
Your first song definitely conjured up traveling images.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I could almost, and I've never driven to California, but I have been as far as New Mexico, and I could see the dips and the raising of the road, and when you go across the Continental Divide,
yes,
you know, that feeling of, wow.
yeah,
You know, I can feel that in that first piece.
man.
I mean, Jason, this has given me a whole different image of you, because I've only seen you in relation to his karate.
Yeah.
And so
Awesome. That's awesome. No, that's great. That's cool. I appreciate that.
So,
Yes.
this may seem like an odd question or for that, but I think at some point there's some musicians that they just get to a point when they play, they're seeing it in front of them, like they're just seeing. Have you gotten to a point where you just, I mean, are you imagining where you were at in New Mexico? Are you
Every single time.
Is it so it's not like, oh man, I gotta play this, or
No.
you're not thinking
No,
of the
and when
staff or anything. It's just.
And when you guys see me start doing my little groove, right, like I was doing in that first part, I'm visual. I see everything. That's when you know I see everything. I see everything. I see Flagstaff, Arizona, and that big, huge mountain that that you see as you're coming to Flagstaff, Arizona, and you're in this flat little desert area, and you've got the crater on this right side that you're passing on I-40, and then boom, there's the mountain. There's a big old huge mountain, and then the other little mountains all around it. You know you're getting into the Rockies via Arizona. And oh my gosh, yeah, I visualize it. Every single piece of it. It's good. So good. Yes, sir.
What advice would you have for somebody like me who has guitar? I've played guitar for years, but I haven't played in years. I drew and painted, did some sculptures. I used to write poetry, all that stuff, and I haven't done any of it for years. And like you were talking about, whenever I start to do something and I look at it, I'm like, that is trash. That sucks. And then I just want to quit because I'm like, I feel like I've lost it. But I know that I really haven't because God put it in me. I just got to figure out what advice do you have for me to find that and to.
The same advice I give you as your lead agent in our business is number one, start. Just start. Number two, understand that it's Keith Jones and not anybody else. You're not flipping Stan Lee, okay? You're Keith Jones. And Keith Jones has a picture of Wolverine somewhere in his brain and in his mind that Stan Lee could have never figured out. Just like he did. When you go and you see his artwork of Stan Lee's stuff, of Bob Kane's stuff, it's from his own perspective. Now he's copied some of those here and there from other people, but he's got his own style. He's got this almost cubist kind of child slap. It's kind of cubist, but it also has a child anime variant of Wolverine, Spider-Man. You know which one I'm talking about? It's like a little kid. They look like little kids. But yeah, it's really cool. All right, and it's not fancy. It's not great, but it's him, and it looks good. Okay, so understand that whatever God has put inside of you, it looks good because He did it. He did it. He's just demonstrating it through you, and so you just got to start. Just like I got to be like, I'm not Phil Keaggy. I wish I was. Anybody who's a guitarist knows who Phil Keaggy is, right? I mean, flipping, what's his name? Jimi Hendrix pointed people to Phil Keaggy when he was interviewed. That tells you a lot of who Phil Keaggy is. I wish I was Phil Keaggy. I'm not Phil Keaggy, but I'm playing in the tuning that he likes. Can I play for just one more little tiny riff, just to kind of?
You're off stage. Go for it.
Thanks, Gina. This is another little tune. It's not very long. It's just a little couple of things. But this reminds me, how many of you guys used to listen to Jars of Clay back in the day? Yeah. Jars of Clay came out with this song called Frail. And it was a soft picking sound, but it was in minors and then a major. And so when I was messing around on this earlier today, I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds like just like that. But, you know, in a sense, but. So yeah, so anyway, I was just working on that, and I was like, if you guys ever listen to this song, Frail by Jars of Clay, it's kind of reminiscing of that. Anyway, but that's all I got.